What's up, boys? Boys. I've returned today to answer an age-old question for you. A query akin to the lessons of David and Goliath, a fable passed across the ages. Could you, as a mortal man, fully dismantle a jet engine with a single highly trained carpenter bee? Does pollen melt steel beams? Can you defeat the most hardened and dangerously equipped monster in all of Monster Hunter Rise with only a Kinsect? I'm here today to attempt the impossible and hopefully demonstrate how you too can accomplish such a ridiculous feat of patience and determination. Here are the rules I came up with. 1. You must only use the Kinsect, no glaive attacks are allowed. Marking swings are okay if you find yourself having trouble hitting the monster. 2. Mounting is only allowed after naturally occurring turf wars. Once Valstrax is mounted, you must slam him into the wall to dismount, no joyrides for free damage. Slam him into the wall 3 times though if you want. 3. No pets, no traps, no environmental damage, and most importantly, no whining. 4. Must complete the quest solo in the allotted time with fewer than 3 deaths. Because there are so few armor skills that affect Kinsect damage, for this challenge I opted to use a full Narwa and Ibushi mixed set with a Narwa glaive for maximum maneuverability and elemental damage. Most importantly, for my Kinsect, I chose Grand Cathar. This Kinsect sports a very powerful multi-charged hit combo. Every time the base of your glaive flashes blue, the next marking attack with your Kinsect will be an automatic 5-hit combo. If we spam our marking attack during the animation for this combo, we can manage an additional 2 or 3 extra hits without any precise aiming necessary. Because Grand Cathar deals severing damage, each hit will also benefit from our high base elemental damage. Strangely, raising your elemental damage with the armor skill has no effect on Kinsect damage. I'm not even sure if Part Breaker actually affects the Kinsect either, but it seems like a smart option, so I went with it anyways. Quick Sheath is secretly the best skill for this challenge though. It helps speed up charge time and mobility significantly. I included a disclaimer, but for any still unprepared, I attempted this challenge 4 times in July and every single one of the recordings suffered tragic frame rate drops during the best parts of the footage. For personal reasons and the sake of my own sanity, I decided to take the most entertaining of the 4 and speed it up to different degrees to hopefully eliminate the stuttering as much as possible. It's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely the least scuffed recording I had to post. I'll be providing commentary at critical points during the run, but otherwise, I hope you enjoy the full footage of this ridiculous hunt. I forgot to include this in the initial commentary, but swapping Diving Wyvern with Recall Kinsect to fully regen its stamina proved very useful in situations where you fully charged a combo, but the stamina is too low to follow through and deal the most damage possible. It also can be another effective way to dodge. Now, I don't know what I was expecting, but I definitely didn't think that the Kinsect could break the chest on its own. But shockingly, there it is, and it's a free 600 damage hit that we get, so that's fair in my book. Pardon me wasting time here, I was very excited that I successfully cut the tail off. And another one. You may not like it, but this truly is the peak of Insect Glaive gameplay. This should not be working so well. Why is this working as well? At this point, I'm recognizing that the hunt has been going on for about 25 minutes or so, and my stamina is almost gone. So I decide to take a trip back to camp and go ahead and eat a little bit to regen that stamina back up to almost full, just to give myself a little bit of extra breathing room, so that I won't have to do that later. Yep, and he got me. So that's the first death. Nothing to really worry about. Just got to get back quickly. So finally, shockingly late into the hunt, we have our first turf war, and I opt to hop on the Almond Run just to put the Valstrax in a mountable state. And then I take the Valstrax just a slight distance over here to kite the aggro of the Almond Run, just so that once I do the wall slams and I dismount, I won't have to deal with the Almond Run's attacks. This Almudron just casually strolling through the fight. It's fine. So at this point, there's 10 minutes left. This is probably the most nerve-wracking part of the hunt. Most of its parts are broken. We've broken most of the feet, the face, the tail, and parts of the wings and tail spikes. It's just a matter of doing the remainder of the damage and hopefully finishing off the hunt. And hopefully getting the last turf war. Surprisingly, there's only been one so far, so if we can get a final mount, then we can do some extra damage. I opted to do a marking swing there. That's strictly to focus my Kinsect damage on the wings. I'm hoping to get a stagger from part break. Seemingly, that's the last two parts that haven't been broken, and if I can get a full stagger for breaking them apart, then that will give me an extra opportunity to do more damage. So approaching Valstrax, I noticed that he's asleep, and I decided to do the wake-up hit on the wing. Even though it's a disappointing amount of damage, it will still add up in eventually breaking the wing, hopefully. So there we finally break the wing I've been focusing. At this point, there's only 5 minutes left and I'm in a bit of a scramble. I'm trying to do as much damage as possible and be as greedy as I possibly can because I know that I'm very close to failing. So at this point, after that second death, I'm in a bit of a panic. I decide to refresh my items at camp and get out as quickly as possible. I was so relieved to see this Zinogre. I managed to pull him over and initiate a turf war successfully to finally get the second mount on the Valstrax. And there you have it. In 48 minutes, you can, in fact, successfully kill a Valstrax using only Kinsect and Mountain damage. If you made it this far, I want to sincerely thank you for watching and supporting the channel. Working on this game has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad so many people have enjoyed the content that's resulted from it. New, different, and more exciting things are to come, so please stick around and consider subscribing. I threw a last little overview for the build here at the end in case you need it. Godspeed if you end up trying this yourself.